Years ago, when I was in college in Southern California, we had one of the Southern California earthquakes, and it was a big one. Early in the morning, shocked us all. We didn't know what to do. Biggest one that I had ever lived through. But after a few shakes, and the initial shock kind of passed over us, I realized it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. This is not the end-all of earthquakes, and it wasn't. And damage, yes, a lot of damage, but Southern California didn't slide off into the Pacific Ocean. Even then, I had what I like to refer to today as a biblical worldview. Understanding Bible prophecy, understanding the human condition, understanding the plan of God and of salvation from Genesis to Revelation, and having a biblical worldview when it comes to life and events and even natural disasters like an earthquake. I didn't overly worry then. The recent pandemic, I haven't overly worried as well because, again, of that biblical worldview, which I've come to now term in that way. I didn't necessarily call it that back then, but it's so important to have. With that, we can have a confidence. We can have courage. Yes, we should be concerned. Yes, we should take precautions. Yes, we should prepare. But we don't have to overly worry and be concerned if our lives are right with God and if we understand God's purpose and plan and we have the correct balanced view of Bible prophecy. In Luke chapter 21, the Olivet prophecy of Jesus Christ, there's a great deal of instruction here in regarding this very view, but let me just zero in beginning on verse 25, where Christ talked about the signs in the sun, the moon, the stars, and on the earth of distress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. People have been perplexed in recent times by what has happened with the pandemic. In verse 26, it goes on and says, men's hearts failing them from fear. Has fear been something in your life of late? Probably, to a degree. And a certain expectation of those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of the heavens will be shaken. So this is big stuff that Jesus is talking about, and people's reaction, perplexity, and fear. Now, in verse 28, though, he says, when these things begin to happen, look up. Lift up your heads because your redemption draws near. He's giving this message to his disciples then and now, today, to you and I. Look up, he says. When you see things happen that can cause fear, concern, perplexity, look up. Look up to God. Put your eyes on God, His providence, His care, His purpose, and His plan. In other words, have a biblical worldview so that you are able to understand what has happened in our time with this COVID-19 pandemic and what yet lies ahead and that we may yet live through. There is no need to be overly concerned and worried to the point where we cannot function because we're looking around without looking up. Keep our eyes up and on God and His purpose and His plan and have a biblical worldview. That's BT David. Join us next time.